is your dream to make pitching your superpower. Turn your club face into a laser of ultimate precision.
But just try and remain relatively static.
Well, over the next 10 minutes, Super Tim Backhouse from Tommy Fleetwood's Academy will transform your pitch shots.
There you go.
And save your golf game forever.
Brilliant.
Your quest for greatness around the greens ends here.
I have got a bit better at these.
Okay.
I feel like before I'd try and stop, and now I'm a bit more fluid and I feel like I'm hitting better ones, but
well, just hit one as you would.
I'm already trying to aim further left.
Good, good.
Not bad.
Take that all day.
But probably a bit too aggressive.
I mean, I've got to be honest. I'm not going to criticise that one. Let's go one more.
Okay. But I feel like the strikes improved instantly from
that setup.
Exactly.
For sure. Yeah.
Let's see, but I think that one.
Yeah.
It's actually okay.
Yeah, and that's
that'll
where
happen a lot. And I think I felt like I came out of it.
Yes, definitely. So if you switch with me again for a second. Now, obviously, at this time of year, as you know, the greens play a little bit slower. The grass is a little bit longer because it's been so hot. They can't grow the grass too long. So they're a little bit softer and a little bit grainier and grassier. So that shot you just hit in the winter, you're not going to get away with that. So we don't want to say, oh, that's fine, you can play with that, because you're not going to get away with that shot in real time. So the first one was a good shot. I thought the flight was a little bit high, a little bit low for that shot, but it was a really good strike, so it had a lot of spin and it stopped quickly. The second one was, as you said, a little bit thin and you moved around a little bit. So stick with what we've done in terms of the setup. Weight on the left foot, preset almost the impact position. But what I would want to see here maybe is just moving the ball a fraction forward, because we want to give it that little bit more loft. We want to give it a bit more height. So have the ball just up kind of inside the left heel. But you're still going to get your same feels in terms of, as I said, your impact position at address. And then from there, just let the club slide and just let it slide underneath it. You don't want to try and manipulate it up into the air. So what you did, and you rightly said, you almost move the whole body to try and to get the ball
going.
What
an amazing impression. Good at them.
I should try and impersonate Rory or someone instead. I might have a chance of playing good golf. So that feeling of just letting the club fall and go through, and there's not so much body movement. There's body movement, but efficient body movement. So if you look at where I am here, as I said, I'm in the position to have the face giving it a little bit more loft, but just try and remain relatively static. And you can see.
Gimme.
I'll take that one. You can see, but it's a lot softer, the flight. You can almost hear it off the face.
Okay.
So, like, it's almost a complete opposite shot to what we're playing on the 52, because we want that nice flat flight with the 52, letting it release out. But with this one to that front left pin, we need that softness to the flight. Now, as I said, right now, it's not too bad a shot. It's not that difficult because the greens are soft. But when you get into the season, that's where it's going to come up. So let the club just, as I say, put the ball in the inside left heel first.
Yeah.
So that'll be your first point, really. And then once you've done that, you can get your weight into your left side, but make sure you just let the club sit. Don't try and force it forward or anything like this.
Okay.
So just let it sit nice and natural. But I'm still in the same kind of position here, but you can still see the loft on the face. And then just from there, you can see it's a little bit heavy, this one, but it's still
good.
You still see
I'm always
softness.
Trying to bring the shaft forward.
Well, I've noticed you do that quite a lot, actually. And what happens when you go so far forward is you get that leading edge kind of digging in and driving forward. Now, we want the angle attack. We want to be hitting down it, but we don't want to be digging. And I think when you set up a bit like this with the shaft and the leading edge digging, you're always going to drive into the turf a little bit.
All right.
So just try and make sure you almost just let the club sit as it's designed to sit. But then obviously, as I say, when you're in your setup, like we said, your eyes are slightly in front of the ball, and you can let the club. That one's the purest strike of the lot. And you can see the spin was more.
Got an unlucky bounce.
And it was, I would call that a bad bounce.
All right. Yeah, it's amazing. It just feels like everything I'm doing wrong is all things I've like added in to try and hit better shots.
Yeah.
When actually you just need to keep it simple.
And I say this all the time. I would prefer someone to go away and come back with mistakes. And obviously you're going to go away and come back with good things as well. But I don't mind when people come back with things like you've just put in there but maybe wasn't right, because we can just go through it and you go, oh, okay, that makes sense. I shouldn't have put that in there. But at the same time, you then understand why it might not work as well. People who say to me, I'm not going to practice till I have another lesson with you. I'm like, no, you need to get out there and just learn from your mistakes. Because you can't learn from good shots, really.
Yeah.
So I don't mind that. I don't mind you having learned that a little bit. Now you're just getting a little bit more neutral with it, aren't you? So you're just gone maybe a little bit past where we wanted you to be with this shot.
Because usually I'd be like that.
Yeah, you'd be very much forward.
So I want to be neutral.
Yeah, so keep the left foot where it is, but bring the right foot towards the left foot. Where you want to be is there. So you see now the club is sitting. That's got the right kind of bounce on the ground with now that kind of left side feel. So you're pushing into that left side a little more. Yeah, and then just turn on that now. So just go for it now. Don't hold back with it. Yeah, good. Much better height to it. You still turn too much. So you went that way instead of that way. So the shoulder
just
stayed.
Release the club.
Yeah. Yes, but your shoulder, your right shoulder will stay down, if you see what I'm saying.
Yeah. Release the club.
Yeah. Brilliant.
Better.
Yeah. Now, if I'm a little picky there.
Please.
You went really nicely with the body, but you went a little bit like this.
Flipped it.
It's so there's body underneath, but see how I am? There's a different.
What's the finish position?
Here. Yeah, kind of in that pocket.
In the pocket.
Yeah. It's not a wrist movement, but there's definitely a slight amount. Yes, that's better. Close. Just still doing this too much.
Right. Go.
Try again.
Yeah, let's try and get rid of that. I'm turning my body too much.
Exactly.
I just need to
Try and stay.
Where's my?
If this makes sense.
Yeah.
Your right shoulder and right hip will be down lower for a little bit longer. Yes.
Yeah.
But don't. So do that again. But stay there. Yes. Perfect. So there's a bit more loft on the face then. Yeah. Perfect.
Okay. So different to how I would have played it normally.
And yeah, weight forward. Good. Yes, better. Stay there. Oh, you didn't stay there.
Sorry, I threw it to the ball.
Oh, sorry. Yeah,
Threw it to the ball.
Come back. Okay, go again one more time.
Flatter.
Forward with the shaft, but keep it forward slightly. There. Okay. Now hold the finish. Hold it. Hold it. Hold it. Hold it.
It's two left. Right.
Yeah.
It's like that.
Yeah. So if you switch with me one more time, if you don't mind.
I'd love to. It's my favourite part of the lesson.
This. See how the connection is?
Yeah. Yeah.
Not out here. Right? So it's just.
Nippy.
Yeah. And this, the hands and the kind of the belt buckle, to a certain degree, they stay in a kind of sequence together. Yeah. So when you come through it, you can see here, if you look, there's not too much of a disconnect there.
Yeah.
So if you can get that feeling of it being connected, you can see then.
You can do everything. One-handed?
Well, I'm not sure I can do it left-handed though. Left-handed is not good as good this one. Because you have to match that up and I'm definitely not as good.
Ah, it's the best one of the night.
It's too low, I couldn't count that.
Get that one up and down though. All right. Just getting used to the new feeling.
Yeah. Good. That's better. Do that again. See where you are now? That's so much more connected, isn't it, here with
Yeah.
this?
Tuck these elbows in.
Yeah. That's it. There you go. Much better.
How's the shot?
Yeah. Yeah, what you just said then actually about the elbows, quite like that as a feel. I don't normally use the towel drill, but for a short shot I don't mind it too much, because if you've got your elbows against your rib cage and you just keep it.
Let's try it one more.
Brilliant. There you go.
It's much better.
Yeah.
Feels more controlled.
Yeah. So I think a really simple way of doing it is almost to put your elbows into your ribs and just then from there, from that position, you just keep it.
Yeah.
There's no disconnect then. And you just turn and you can go quite a long way back with that. It's a pitch shot as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Perfect. Now that feels much better.
So that kind of shot, that's a much easier way to play that shot. I just, even though you hit the first two and they weren't too bad, I just felt like with that drive on it, it's too driven and too flat. It's going to be difficult to play that on the course when, as I say, when the greens become firmer and faster, which is inevitable.